Welcome to Things Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, a professional woman. As the recording time of 10:29 a.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum could trade $2,939, up about 0.64% so far. As you can see that on the overall crypto market, the key coins are relatively flat at the moment, with Bitcoin about 1% and Ethereum approximating around that area as well. On the altcoin side of the house, there are some selective coins a little bit more surged at the moment, with Dogecoin about 7%, while at the same time on Shiba Inu as well, also up about 8.20% so far. But beside those two doggy coins, if you may, the across the spectrum is relatively flat, approximately around 1.5% to 2% at the maximum level. And on the media front, I would say across the board, beside the Ukraine-Russian war that's still developing on the more of an escalating front from the Pentagon news press release yesterday, that they have ordered all the US troops in Ukraine to leave the country and reposition elsewhere in Europe. And also with respect to the Russian side of the house, on the latest marching order, it seems like Vladimir Putin, obviously the president, he has estimated to deploy 100,000 troops with equipped advanced weaponry to be lining up by the Ukraine eastern border and northern border of Belarus, right? In addition to that, another mandate coming out from the State Department is to reduce the diplomatic staff in the US embassies in the respective countries, right? Obviously in Ukraine and obviously with respect to Russia as well, right? So it seems like the war is still developing, cultivating, but nothing really confirmatory as of like the war breaking out at the moment, but they are anticipating this to be happening any days now, despite that the Olympic is still going to be durating for another week and a half from now, right? In addition to that, we also see other news coming out from the other side of the house, more in proximity to the US, is with respect to the Canadian border, right? So it seems like as of this morning, as of 7 o'clock this morning, seems like there's some latest development coming out from Canadian police. It seems like they're clearing up the protests that is blocking a vital trade routes alongside the border of the United States, right? And with respect to this tense standoff, is cultivating between a lot of the truckers in the Canadian country. And what's the rationale behind this protest, right? And the rationale behind this protest is something called the Freedom Convoy, right? And it started in the national capital of Ottawa, Canada, obviously. And the initialization of this whole breakout of this protest stemmed from the Canadian truckers' opposition on the vaccination or the quarantine mandate for cross-border drivers, right? And somehow this negativity cultivate into something that's a little bit more, tapping along the line with respect to COVID-19 curbs, carbon tax, and other issues that cultivate around people that are in the ecosystem of drivers, pickup truck drivers, and even farm vehicles that needs to obviously transit from border to border perspective, right? And then this initialized small protest cultivate into a maximum 1.4 thousand people to be protesting in a downtown region of Ottawa. And with respect to the financial capital, Toronto, it also had 1,000 demonstrator blocking out major central business districts. Okay, so it seems like there's a major, not like a major relatively speaking, but it's still a sizable one. Driving riots and chaos in the Canadian country, right? So definitely not a good one. So subsequently drives some not a big hindrance onto the financial market, but definitely not a positive one either, right? So across the board, those are the two main macro news that we are, watching out for. One, again, right, is the Russian-Ukraine war that's percolating. The other one is the Canadian Freedom Convoy protest that's cultivating, right? So without wasting more time, let's just dive straight into the technical analysis with respect to a recording time of 10:34 a.m. on the Eastern Time. Ethereum could trade $2,938, up about 0.62% so far. We are currently levitating right now above the 2,850, right, which is the next level that we need to test, right? And we were testing that around for quite some time yesterday. Right now, the 48 out of 70, we are normalizing on a flat level on the MACD front. So on a psychological perspective, the investment sentiment is definitely a little bit more normalized in comparisons to days before when we were surging. And now we're just gliding back into a comfortable level, right? So again, with respect to 2,850, that's a comfortable level for those that are logically dollar cost averaging, right? With respect to Bitcoin's up about 1% right now. We are levitating as well, just as comparable to Ethereum. They trade in a very similar fashion. At the moment right now, we are at the 55 out of 70, so relatively still on the upper echelon of the neutral. We're not at the 60 yet, but obviously 60 to 70 is when you obviously are waving that red flag that you are kind of overbought already, right? So with respect to the foreshadow catalyst, obviously the Ukraine war, that could be a negative one, but we actually resolve that over time, we should technically come back up to the 44. But obviously, if this other side of the spectrum, we go back to the 40, which is the natural propensity we'll go down to, right? Dogecoin about 7% at 1551 right now. I like anywhere from basically 1387 to 12. Right now is the 53 out of 70, so not that most opportune time in terms of incurring risks, right? Cardano is up about 0.65%, 106 right now. I like anywhere from 102 to 92 from here, the 43 out of 70. So not the best, not the worst, but it's definitely not terrible in relatively speaking, right? Solana is at 96 right now at 107. I bought Solana, another 10 shares of Solana recently at the $95.74 mark, right? And we are just hovering around because that's a comfortable resistance level, and that's why I bought and I did what I did, right? Right now the 36 out of 70, so still a logical level to incur risk right now. We're still normalizing right now. I'm not really forming a def cross or any cross if that's, but if we cross down, we will have obviously a high propensity to go down to the 80 from here, right? XRP is up about 3%. I don't really like this at all with the 61 out of 70. Very large separation. Obviously, XRP demands a relatively lower entry price. So it definitely demands more popularity and more favoritism because people, it's more prone to volatility, right? Because of the lower price point. So right now it's not the most optimal level, and the risk is not the best in terms of reward ratio as well, so I'll probably just stay away and buy anywhere from 62 cents all the way to 57 cents from below. Polkadot's up about 2% as well, 19.14 right now. I like anywhere from basically 18.23 to 15.87 from here with the 40 out of 70. So not the best, not the worst yet. Algorand's up about 2%, 92 right now. I like anywhere from current level literally to the 80 cents from here with the 37 out of 70, so actually not terrible. Shiba Inu is up about 9% so far. We are reversing back up right now. We are 61 out of 70 right now, so obviously this is not good, right? Very, very overbought. I like anywhere from, again, low 2000s all the way to 1400 to 900 from here for Shiba Inu. MACTAC's up about 1% at 171 right now. I like anywhere from 143 to 120 from here. I frankly don't really like the volatility we've been seeing so far, a lot of flash crash. So I prefer, if you really want to be investing into this, 143 bare minimum to 120 from here. AVAX up about 0.3%, 81 right now. I like anywhere from 59 all the way to 50. Right now it's definitely not the best. This almost like an upward wedge. So upward wedge is always a negative pattern for AVAX, and there's a very, very prominent one that you see in front of you. We're about to form a def cross as well. So AVAX, we're going to see some sell-off coming. Luna is up about 1.73%, 53 right now. We're basically $1 above the resistance level 52. Again, right, 62, 52, 45 from here, right? So across the spectrum with respect to the whole crypto market, we're just normalizing pending what are some of the developing factors that's cultivating, right? Firstly, with respect to the Ukraine-Russian war, right? It seems like there's something is about to happen any days now. So definitely, watch out, be observant for it, but don't freak out. Just be expecting it, right? And with respect to the Canadian protest that's going on right now, definitely not something that we appreciate. It is a chaotic time period in our lives right now, globally, not just with respect to the U.S. or in Ukraine, Russia, right, but globally. So And in addition to that, we also want to be mindful that Sunday, the news will begin to be a little bit more active starting from like 4:30 to 5 p.m. on the Eastern time. That's when the international side of the house start to wake up, right? So we'll see how that goes, right? So let's just stay observant, stay logical, do not freak out. Let's just stay focused with the dollar cost average methodology that we talk about on a daily basis. And let me know if you have any questions. All right, take care. Bye.